This is just something. Alright, assuming that he hasn't actually started getting on here, and it's just a little bit laggy, so let me actually turn down my video options. Well, we'll see how they look. We'll see how they look. Cactus, I've been looking to see if you are has been streaming. Yeah, he hasn't been on all night. I don't really know where he is, so I figured I would take up the mantle and just stream on my stream and do some casting. So I'm gonna go ahead and step into this game now. We've got Cactus in the top right, spawning as the pink Protoss. He is, of course, stating he's in Brothers League. I believe, if I remember correctly, you're in Masters. Feel free to type in the chat if you're listening. Of course, that would be cheating, so don't listen. But in his Observer game matches stats, he's 11 and 13 with a 45.8% win rate. Not a lot to go off with there. So don't take that into too much of an account. And in the the bottom left, we have Dr. Nublet, the orange Terran. He's got this sweet decal on his base, and he has played a few more Obs games. He's 157 and 139 with a 53.0% win rate. A whole lot of games there, so it looks like he's put some time into Observer games, and we're going to be getting underway. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything too much in the chat. I get pawned by roaches and infestors. Yo, hello. We've got just our scouting probe coming out here for Cactus. He's just going to see what he can find, maybe try to deny a little bit of those early buildings from the Terran. Of course, that is so annoying, having that barracks be denied or something like that. You can have Alex tell you if he gets on. Ah, Ace, what's up, man? We got another one of our stream viewers. For all of you new guys that are just now tuning in, what's up, man? Ace, of course, is one of the higher-end Masters players that we've had jumping up on the stream. Who else have we got in here? Let me check this. We've got Dr. Mublet and Scotius. I believe both of you guys, Mublet is of course playing currently right now. Hello to you. And Scotius. Bro, I got wrecked on ladder today. Man, it's just because they're putting you against like Grandmasters, I'm sure. Because you would probably wreck me if I was to play you. Now we've got Cactus going for that Cybernetics 4. He's on 1 gas right now. So we're still kind of just seeing how these builds are going to be shaping up. Mules are OP, the pet belonging to Dr. Nublet. He gets it, man. He is okay. I thought he was going to build a second Rax and just go like a 2 Rax all in or something, but it looks like he's probably going to try to gear up for some kind of early expansion, I would assume, because there's no gas. And over here on Team Protoss, we've just got that Stalker coming out trying to deny this SCV so that he doesn't see all that is going on. And what did you say over there? Ace, Immortal Century, and every Zerg, all in ever. What's up in the Crack Potter Diamond where everyone cheeses? Yeah, man, that's hard to deal with. Like, there was a time where I was trying to get Diamond, and like every single Protoss I faced was just 4-gate every time, and I would lose. This 4-gate is so hard to pull off. Now we do have expansions coming up for both of these guys. Cactus is slightly later than Dr. Nublet, so it looks like we're gearing up for a macro game here. First gas just now being taken. Cactus sees pretty much everything that's going on in this base because these Marines are being rallied down to the front, and he hasn't actually stopped this guy yet. So 2 more barracks in production for Dr. Nublet. Cactus still is on this 1 base. It's going to be interesting to see where he takes this. Just barely supply blocked a little bit. He tried to escape with that probe, and it looks like it went ahead and got shot on up. The orbital command coming up now for Dr. Nublet, and double gas is here as well. Probably going to see some eBays or something so that he can get started on those upgrades. Oh my goodness, I forgot the production tab. I'm such a scrub. I'm sorry. 2 more gateways coming out. This may be a Blink Stalker, this may be Robo, so we're still just waiting to see what he decides to do. This expansion's about to finish for him. You'll be able to make 2 probes at a time, and with those chrono boosts. Now, I believe at this point, yeah, there's a slight probe advantage for Cactus, just because those chrono boosts are really good. But the mules here, especially because of the double orbital, these count for about 4.5 workers. So if we take a look at the income tab, the mineral rate for Dr. Nublet is going to be a little bit higher. Now this is, they were just transferring, but it will actually be just a teensy bit higher until this probe lead starts to get a little more in the lead. And just kind of a passive game so far, not too much going on. Probe transfers, SCV transfers coming up from both sides. Robo facility about halfway done, so we probably will be seeing Colossus from Cactus over here. What'd you get stand over there, Ace? Yeah, the mid-diamond level. sucks hard. If you pass that, you get to macro low masters. So for all of you guys out there watching, low masters is all about the macro, but diamond is all about the cheese. And I don't know if you guys are, what rank everybody is out there, but let me tell you, that's all I deal with. I just got into diamond very recently, and it's seriously just the cheese factory. Cheese factory Memphis is terrible. Excuse me, taking a little sip of my water there. So still not too much action. I think this is going to just be a strong 2-base push that Kakakus is going to try to make here. Once these Colossus start being produced, the tech for Dr. Nublet just not coming up that factory. There'll be a starport immediately after that, getting that engineering bay so that he can start those upgrades. Of course, with the Protoss, just something I've noticed in general is that as a Protoss player myself, I forget upgrades against Terran, man. Like, I want to get those Colossus out as quickly as possible because it's not so much the upgrades that'll make the biggest difference, but the Colossus, really. But essentially, like, as soon as you get done with that first push that you make as Protoss, you have to start getting them because, like, 2-2 or 3-3 Marines, oh my god, they will wreck your world. So we are just now getting this army up for Nublet. He may try to move out on this 2-base and try to catch the Cactus before Colossus can be done. Even a nasty supply block there is going to stop this Colossus from being produced. That is the worst feeling. This pylon about to finish. Double Forge. Kakakus, if you're listening to me. Oh man, such a stream sheet. Now this observer's coming across now. And appreciate it, Ace, giving you a little shout out. He said good luck on the laddering for me. And I hope... And Dr. Nublet actually misplacing this starport just a little bit. It wants to be producing 2 at a time so badly. He just barely missed it there. I saw ya. I saw ya. This factory, of course, is going to go ahead and scout out. I mean, to be that scouting factory, this is, you know, there's somebody in there piloting this, and it's the worst feeling. They're like, okay, take this hunk of metal and fly to the base, and then just die. That's just what I want you to do. He just wanted to make Hellions, man. There's an engineer in there, and he got the short end of the stick, man. Guess fucking not from Scotia's. I missed what the guess was, but that's okay. Colossus 1 is out. Extended Thermal Lance is on the way. Chrono Boost on the 4, so he's going to try to get that 1-1 as soon as he possibly can. No third base for either of these players yet, just kind of massing up those mid-game armies. I believe both of them are going to be trying to make a 2-base push here, but it's just going to really depend on the tech and the timings. One more sip of water for me. Oh, it's so good. I've got 5 stream viewers right now. Who's all showing up? Dr. Movement Scotias is in here too. Getting enough food in your diet. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking to me, but if you are, not really, man. I have a problem with, like, not being able to put on any weight at all, and it's terrible, and I've tried to lift and work out, and I just can't get myself motivated. I will forever be 120 pounds with pure casting and but this factory is, of course, going to get taken out, and it looks like a drop is going to come into the main. Drops are so hard to deal with as a Protoss. He's not going to see it. His whole army was taken out of position by this factory, and here this is going to drop right on his robotics base, pulling the probes immediately. I don't believe this robotics base is going to make it. He might have time to queue up a Colossus, but he doesn't. This army is now coming in. All of these guys are getting zapped by the Colossus. He's going to go ahead and retreat out of there. The damage was done. The Colossus tech was sniped. No more Colossus for him for just a little while. Yeah, I agree, Scotias. That was a very nice little drop. Very minimal losses. He lost 4 or 5 Marines, maybe a Marauder, and that was about it. And he sniped a Robotech, something really, really crucial. So he will drop Templar Archives and a Robotics. He's coming back in now. Gonna try to take out this robotics facility. This is just so painful. I don't think he's gonna. Okay, Dr. Nublet decided he did not want to commit there. I believe, I don't know if it really would have been worth it if he was to stick around and just try to take that out. Oh my god, your name is malnourished. It all makes sense. Everything. I feel like such an idiot, and that's okay. That's fine. So Templar Archives now coming out. Of course, he's putting his tech on the far side, so it can't get sniped so easily. I totally missed this. This Forge actually got sniped as well. I believe, yeah, he did manage to finish +2 armor before that was sniped, so that's okay, but it still feels bad. Both these third expansions are coming out now for both of these players. Dr. Nublet is taking a little bit of the lead. Those drops are very, very good at slowing down the build of our Protoss. He decided not to make that engagement with those two Colossus. He held back, and the drops were able to set him back even further. So he has to get this third base up as soon as he can. He really, at this point, I don't think he's going to be able to push out unless he's maxed, because his army will always be behind Dr. Nublet, and he knows that. I would assume anyways, and that's why he's going to try to play defensively here and just get this Templar attack. And we're going to see a Warp Prism here, so that could be making for some interesting plays. 3 pros being produced at a time for him. Upgrades coming out for our Terran player as well. He's already got 1-1. 2-2 is in production for both of these guys. Charge coming out, so it looks like he will probably try to transition into Zealot Archon. But it looks like Dr. Nublet's made a good choice. He's kept an eye on how many Vikings have been made, or excuse me, how many Colossus have been made, and he's not overproduced on Vikings. That's something you'll see a lot of Terrans do, is just make way too many Vikings. After they'll see like one Colossus make, 20 Vikings, and that one Colossus was the only one ever made, and then you switch to High Templars. But Dr. Nublet is not having any of that. He's got the prescription for noob, and he's been taking it very, very vigorously. So he's going to go ahead and move out with this very strong Bio Ball. And if there's no High Templar, which I don't believe there are, I'm going to take a quick look at the units tab. He does not have, well, he has 2 High Templar. I don't know where they are. I'm assuming they're somewhere in this army composition, but if he doesn't get incredibly strong storms on this army, I don't think he's going to be able to hold it off. There's a 50 supply storm. He's just now morphing in 4 more. Okay, he's going to immediately turn those into Archons. Here comes the push. Maybe some good force fields. He has to do something. Some pretty good splits there. But this army is going to quickly melt with this Bio Ball. Oh, very good storms. He was able to do quite a lot of damage there. Guardian shields going up from the sentries. High Templars have been completely out of place, and those Colossus just went completely unchecked. I was surprised that he was able to do so much damage with those Colossus. I guess I spoke a little bit too soon. He might have needed a couple more Vikings to take those out, but those Colossus were able to do such an enormous amount of damage, and this is going to level the playing field a little bit for Kakaktus. He actually was able to hold that off rather convincingly, and the supply is now pretty even for both of our players, still making 3 pros at a time. Good move there to try to get economically back on track. Got some more gateways in production. Got about, I'm not going to get math off the top of my head. I believe that's just 9. He needs to turn those into warp gates as soon as possible, because that's going to stifle his production. And here's that warp prism drop. Oh, my mouse is jittering around. Some zealots being warped in, taking out some drone, trying to focus down this command center. I don't really know if that's the best choice, just because, well, I guess, any orbital down is good, because that's going to stop some mules, but at this point, this base is so close to mined out that I think he almost would have been better trying to attack these refineries, slow down the gas, or just attack the probes and maybe some supply depots. But who knows? I'm just in diamonds. I believe that Dr. Nublet is actually a higher league than I am. He's been making some great plays. So both of these guys going for a 4th now. I didn't even know this. There's these high yields on the edges. They don't have as many mineral patches, and they only have 1 Vespine. But that's still a huge influx of minerals that you can get by taking these. And it looks like we've just got a nice split across the map here. We've got 3-3 upgrades coming up for our Terran player. Let's take a look. Not the armor yet, but the attack upgrade's going to be there, so he'll be 3-2 shortly. 3-3 is in production for Protoss. And we've got, the Gravitic boosters coming up. I believe that's for the Warp Prism, so maybe we're going to see some more cool Warp Collision play. It's always exciting to see some fast Warp Prisms doing some cool drops and that kind of a thing. Another move out by Dr. Nublet. So he's going to go ahead and try to deny what looks like this 3rd or 4th. Maybe just get some night vision with this. And start dropping right in the middle here. It looks like he wants to take this middle watchtower, and he's going to go ahead and try to destroy this 4th. There's no army in position to defend it. It's all the way back home. I'm pretty sure this is going to fall. There's no way he's going to be able to save it. And once this goes down, he probably will just pull right on out. And the army is coming in right now to swing around and try to cut him off, but I believe he'll be able to escape. This ball is... Oh, and there's a drop at the same time. Oh, this is such a good play. I'll try to keep up with both of these at once. Scotius with the Niceman. I agree, that's a really good play. That army will be able to escape. This army is wreaking havoc. All of these probes are going to be forced to pull. The Robo Bay will definitely have to be destroyed and rebuilt somewhere else. This Nexus will probably fall. There's no army back at home for him to really defend this with. He's warping in some zealots, but they fall almost immediately. He'll need to bring this whole army back home to stop this drop. This Nexus being, and nothing's really being focused right now. Another warping of just zealots, and it looks like Nublet's going to go ahead and pull out of there. A very smart move, maximum damage with minimal losses. He knew this army was close by, so he stopped the mining there. He killed some drones. Let's take a look at the workers kill. I believe it's Alt-R. 21 workers killed for Dr. Nublet to there just be 3 of Kakaktis. Now, there is a little bit of a work prison play here. Just trying to deny this, but I believe it's going to turn into a planetary fortress before these guys are able to take it out. And just drop, could just drop these units. Yeah, and he will. Missile turret's going to go ahead and attack that. We've got another push out at the 4th by Dr. Nubel. He's going to try to deny that 4th again, and at the same time, Kakaktis is going to come down to this 4th and make sure that it does not get to mine. But this army is going to, both of these armies are going to go unchecked because they're in the opposite sides of the map. This may turn into a base race. He's going to go ahead and pull this to the 3rd. There's no army here to defend it. All of these probes are going to go down. Florencio, I'll get to you in just a second, man. But he's going to go ahead and move to this 3rd, which is also a planetary fortress. 3rd for Dr. Nublet is under attack. 3rd for Kakaktis goes down immediately. Oh, there's so many things going on. There's a little bit of an army here. It melts immediately. And so there is, it looks like it's going to be a base race. He's moving into his natural now. The gateway falling almost immediately. I keep saying immediately, I just think about it, but this army is now going to be met with a bunker. There's some High Templars here that could storm. There's some ghosts at the top. They're moving in for some feedback. I just missed a betting window myself on Earth, but that's okay. I believe in you. I bet all my money on you. And he's going to go ahead and move into the main. He's going to try to warp in some zealots to hold this off, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Those will melt immediately. And all of these guys are going to go ahead and move into the base. They're a little bit of this micro there just kind of had them sitting out, but both of these guys, look at this, brought the Marauder back to take out the assimilators. Oh, that's such a smart play, because look at this. Dr. Nublet's got these guys left here, but Kakaktis is going to actually take the expansion at the high yield. Such a cool play, because he's got this huge bank, so he can still rebuild, whereas our Terran player, Dr. Nublet, doesn't really have a lot of anything in terms of the money he's spent. Well, all of a sudden it jumped up to 300. Observer's money is a little slow to update sometimes, but he's taking up the entire main. He's just gutting it. And this is actually scouted by this SCV. He's attacking that probe. Probes here. There's no supply for Kakaktis, so he can't actually work anything in to stop that probe. It's just going to be a base race. Looks like, yeah, he's going to go ahead and split this army and take it down. Honestly, this may start to favor Dr. Nubel. The CPS of these bio balls is just so incredibly strong. It takes out bases so quickly. Uh-ohs, indeed, Scotius. I hope I'm not butchering your name there. And this base will surely fall to this army. And the terrible thing is all he really has to do is lift some of these barracks up and float them away. And I just don't think this army is going to be able to take this out in time. There's a pylon here, but Kakaktis is already going to be revealed. He's making another base here at the natural for Dr. Nublet, but I don't think it's going to go up in time. It looks like it was denied by something. This army is now moving across the map. He maybe, if he engages this army, he may still have a chance. Maybe he's got some High Templar, he's got some Colossus. There's no way he can lose it. If he loses these 3 buildings, he's going to lose the game. He's coming back. If Dr. Nublet just focuses these buildings down, he'll win the game, but he's under attack by the Colossus. Oh, it's going to be close, it's going to be close, and there it is. What a good play. Oh, that was a nail-biter. Really good game to watch. Oh, that was awesome. Dr. Nublet coming out on top. Of course, the reason why he won is because Marines are OP. We all know it. They were 3-3. His basic unit shoots the sky, man. What's up with that? You have to build all the way up to cybernetics school just to stop air. That was a crazy good game, though. Base races are few and far between at these higher levels, I feel like. And that was one of the better ones that I've seen, and one of the first that I've casted. Very good game. Darren commenting over here, too. Sweet, sweet water. Just, what leash, you guys? Just out of curiosity. Hopefully I'll catch that before. Yeah, Protoss rebuilds quite well. They do, but Dr. Nubel, you had it, man. You had it with that army. I'm trying to figure out the leagues myself, Darren and Flo. I'm trying to figure that out. But I don't think I can actually talk to them anymore. I'm in the ATT versus ATP games. Protoss won 2 games by rebuilding. I don't actually know what if anybody wants to cue me in on the ATT versus ATP. Don't really know what that is, so we're just gonna keep going. And we'll just go into this game now. Of course, the last game we had, Dr. Nubel, I'll go ahead and introduce him first. Playing once again as the Orange Terran in the top right. He played last game, had a good lead going into the mid game, and then finished strong with an awesome base race. He is Dr. Nooblet. He is 158 and 139 in the Obs games. I don't know what league he's in. I'm trying to figure that out. Just so I can comment on it and kind of get an idea of where these guys are. Scotius is going to be our pink Protoss playing in the bottom left. Just getting started here. His stats, he's actually never played an Obs game. This will be his very first Obs game. He states that he is in Gold League. I'm inclined to believe that just because it's his first Obs game. A lot of people, once they've been here for a while, they like, you know, just cheesing and saying they're in Bronze or whatever. But normally when they first hop in, they're like, yeah, you know, I'm Gold. So probably a Gold level Protoss here. And we've actually got something interesting. Double Gateway in production with those already rallied over. So is he may be trying a 7th, or sorry, I was reading 7th Ace's name. He may be trying a Zealot Rush and just going to try to pound right into this base. But, you know, once this wall is done, there's not a whole lot you can do. It looks like I've got 6 guys in here now. Who else is in here? Florencio, Scotius, me, 7th. So somewhere he may not, whoever you are, you may not actually be a user, and that's okay. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. I hope you enjoy it. This probe will die to that SCV. Of course, they have 45 health. You can't actually just 1v1 an SCV as a probe. You have to pull off and do other things. But we've got these two gateways ready to go, and it looks like he is going to make some zealots. He's slightly supply blocked, so he went ahead and canceled it. Cybernetics Core just now finishing up as well, but there's no gas, which means there will be no warp gate tech for just a little while. Hang on just one second, my throat's about to go out on me. So good. Double assimilators coming out for him. He's going to try to get that warp gate. I don't know what's wrong with it. Warp gate tech out as soon as possible. He can't decide if he wants to make these zealots or not. He's queued them up and canceled them. This zealot is going to get spouted by this, but he forgot supply. That's okay. So did he, but he just isn't going to say anything about it. And this Marine can kite the zealot all day long. He's going to just go into his little fortress here, lift that right on up, a little supply depot dance. And we've actually got this zealot attacking this SCV down here too, and there's really nothing else he can do here. So it looks like this early double gateway isn't really going to do a whole lot. I didn't really suspect it to, just because it can sometimes be really strong against Protoss and against Zerg, but Terran, because they can get that wall up so early, and because Marines are a ranged unit, there's not a whole lot you can do against a walled off Terran. All he needs is 2 Marines, and that's pretty much it. So it is a 2-gate expo, so that is something interesting that we're going to see out of him. He's got, let's see, 2... It's not showing me the current harvester count. It looks like 1 here and 2 there. That defeats my 2 Rex pressure. I don't know if that was meant in sarcasm or not, because I'm pretty sure 2 racks in this will possibly destroy him, just based on what he has already. Of course, he scouted that with his SCV, so he knows that the expansion is coming. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and move out. This Zealot was never meant to be. He just wanted to slash up that Marauder really, really badly, but the slow there was denying that from ever happening. And honestly, Scotius doesn't have anything. I mean, he's got 2 gateways. He's once again supply block, just now getting that fixed. He's got a Stalker and a Zealot in production, but if Dr. Noodle decides to move out, he's just gonna win, man. He's just gonna be able to destroy any army that he has. Kakakis, if he pressured him right now, he'd win, man. But I don't know. I think he's actually overestimating Scotius' army just a little bit. Because he saw the double gateway. He doesn't realize just how badly he was supply blocked and just how few army units he actually has. So it looks like he's going to just play passively. He's got this orbital command. He's going to go ahead and expand with it. And we're going to go into a mid-game. So it looks like Scotius is actually going to get off a little lucky here, because he potentially could have lost the game if he had decided to make that push. But he will live on. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and take this. The factory tech's coming up. Wouldn't be surprised to see another gas being taken so that he can start making those medvacs. And we've got these 3rd gas for Scotius being made, and still only 1 guy in this assimilator. So he's never saturated that assimilator, and that may play a role here in the future. You can see his gas, he doesn't have a lot of it. And against Terran, you really need a lot of gas, because you want to get those Colossus, you want to get those High Templars. They're so good. Darren, of course, once again, I believe you said you were Kakaktis in-game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Kakaktis wants to see me and Mindokusi. Of course, if you're new to the cast, a lot of these guys are some of the regular guys that watch me and my co-caster Alex, aka Mindokusi. We've been co-casting a lot of these Obs games every night, but I don't know. I've tried to call him on Skype, and he hasn't answered. It says he's online, but he's not picking up. I thought he was on duty tonight, but it is a mystery to me. So I'm just flying solo. All of you new guys, Scotius and Dr. Nublet and everybody else that's checking you out, I super duper appreciate you guys for coming into the chat. This has been a lot of fun for us recently, and I'm really enjoying it. So thanks for checking us out. I hope you like it. I hope you like what I have to offer. This probe, let me go ahead and get back into the game. The probe actually sets that pylon up and immediately cancels it. It was scouted for sure. Just having some fun, a little friendly lull thrown out. He did get to see a lot of that tech. He knows that the third command center will be in production for him, and he knows that he needs to probably go ahead and start. Oh my gosh, once again, I've forgotten to pull up the UI. Sorry guys. I know you probably wanted to see that production. And I failed you. But that's okay. We got this Warp Prism coming out, so we're going to see some Warp Prism harass. This is actually pretty oversaturated. He needs to go ahead and transfer some of these probes down to his natural. That would be a good move here. But both of our players are actually supply blocked at 65. Yeah, so many probes at the main Cactus. I agree, man. And he's actually going to be going ahead and taking the serve, but unbeknownst to him, there's a hero pylon that's going to be stopping this from happening. If he lands on this, it will jut right through the middle and destroy it immediately, so it will have to just float, spinning all of that Terran gas. Wouldn't that be crazy if you actually spent gas, if you had to float your buildings? Like, think about it, you know, something's got to power these rocket thrusters, man. But this is not going to work in the Toss's favorite Cactus. I agree, he's actually quite behind economically because this third is already done, but he's trying to make some kind of a push, but this Bio Ball with Stem and with these medvacs, I believe, will just, it's just gonna melt it. Pure, if your balls are big, I don't know if that's a medical condition. And he's actually gonna wall this army off and try to attack his natural, but it's not tight. He can squeeze right through it there. Dr. Nublet, get out of there, man. There's no time. You're gonna get surrounded. All of these units, one compulsory force field's not gonna do anything. This army is going to melt in a heartbeat. Like I said, there was no tech there. There was no High Templar, there was no Colossus, and a Gateway army to a Barracks tech. A Bio Ball will just melt in a heartbeat, like I said. So 4 Stalkers were 3 created, but there's now a 20 supply lead for Dr. Nublet, and this is still completely oversaturated. Just taking a look at the income tab, 300 more minerals per minute are being mined. Well, actually, sorry, I think there was a transfer there, so that was, well, I'll eat my hat on that one. More minerals being grabbed by Scotius per minute here, but it won't last long because this third is going to go ahead and land here, and there's a huge drop. 4 medevacs coming in for Dr. Nublet. Of course, this hasn't been scouted. I don't even think he has enough units to hold it. Like, I don't even think there's enough army to kill this if he wanted to. All of these probes dying. They need to transfer away. He's just now selecting them. He's pulling them back. The army is coming up, but honestly, if he doesn't attack with some probes here, his army is strong enough to destroy everything that Scotius has. One probe being the forerunner there. He wanted to be a hero, but it was not to be today. Some sentries here are going to try to force field some of this units so that they can't all attack at once, but this army is quickly melting, and I don't know if Scotius has anything left to offer this game. He may very well have lost it here with that early push that didn't do any damage. That's GG, Cactus, I agree. That is going to probably be it, but there is a warp in. This Zealot and this Zealot, these 2 Zealots are going to win the game. They're going to destroy this base. They're going to just destroy everything else. This measly army, it's not, look, this Zealot's not, okay, guys, look, the Zealot, oh, Dark Templar, wait, what? Where's the Dark Templar? Oh my gosh, there's a Dark Shrine? Well, wait, yeah, okay, that's right. See, guys, if you make Dark Templar against Terran, you're gonna have a bad time. Because he scans. So the Dark Templar, of course, are all immediately dying. The Hero Zealot was just not, he wasn't the hero that he wanted to be. Somewhere on Ire, he didn't get the training required. He wasn't able to take out the entire army all by himself like he was promised. Now what? And that's, well, it looks like Scotius is going to go ahead and just try to re-macro off of these 2 bases. Dr. Nublet's taking his sweet time. Zealot is a little sour about life. I mean, he's going to get warped back to Ire and just have to think about how he wasn't a hero. And then they're going to put him in a Stalker, and he's going to get one more shot at it. You know, that's okay. Sup, ladies, he is a reject, Florencio saying. And these gateways are falling. This base is now going to be under attack by the small force here. Now, I will say, I don't think Dr. Nublet knows about this third, but, you know, there's no tech. There's no supply, there's no army. So all he has to do is come in here with his army, clean up everything. Another couple of zealots being warped in here, just killing a few more drones. And there's the GG. So, it was quite a good game, but Dr. Nublet with a commanding victory. Ace, I believe he's in the stream. I don't believe he's in the game. So Kakaktus is going to take one more shot at Dr. Nublet. And I think after this one, well, we'll see. We'll see who keeps playing. Cure with, I don't know if you guys have been reading the chat, but he has enormous testicles. I've just heard. Scotius is actually going to go ahead and hop out, so I'll cast this next one. We're losing people rapidly, but that's okay. We can just start another Obs game if we need to. So it is going to be Cure versus Dr. Nublet. Once again, I'll try to see if I can't get leads for you guys. So I can... Ah, crap. It got pushed to Ob Chat already. I was too slow. Once again. I'm Diamond, but I'm playing like shit. That's okay, man. I am Diamond too, and you've been playing well. I'm pretty sure you've won, what, all of your games you've had so far? If I'm not mistaken, Dr. Nublet, you are our reigning champion. And so let's go ahead and get our introduction started. Actually, give me 1 second. Once again, tasty, tasty water. While we're having this little bit of downtime, once again, guys, I appreciate you guys for checking out this stream. I hope everybody's having a good time. If you have any suggestions or anything that you'd like to see in the future, just let me know. I'm still very new to this. Cactus, if Nublet or Cure want to play, I'll play next game. Cactus just didn't want to play once again, as soon as he did just playing last time. English words, English, you know how it is. 7th Ace, nobody stays. Have I posted to Reddit? Not really, man. Reddit is not super friendly about just like casters and streamers being like, hey, I'm making a stream, anybody want to check it out? It kind of gets down to it a lot. I've tried it in the past when I first started, and it got downvoted pretty hard. So it's whatever. I figured I'd just kind of come out there and just use the Obs community as a foothold, and maybe once I get a little bit of some leverage, we'll start from there. But let me go ahead and introduce these guys. I've been kind of off on some tangents, but we've got in the top right Cure, the Black Zerg. He's got no stats in Obs mode, and I don't know what league he is, so he could be anything from Bronze to Grandmaster. We actually had some Grandmasters on the stream the other last night, I believe. It was really cool. Linto Mello, the Protoss, really nice guy. He played some games for us. He was excellent. I played Protoss, and it was awesome to see just how good he was, because he was so much better than me. And in the bottom left, we've got Dr. Nublet for his 3rd game in a row now. He's been sweeping all of these other scrubs off the floor. The Orange Terran, he's just getting started now. It looks like he's probably gearing up for this expansion. He will be. There it goes. Of course, he's playing TVZ. A lot of expansions in macro are pretty common. Just kind of getting into the builds. We got the early gas for Cure, so it won't be a 3-hatch before gas, which you see versus a lot of PVZ. He will be trying to get that earlier gas. Might be still taking an earlier hatch, but this is definitely so that he can go ahead and get that speed on his Zerglings. Excuse me. And let me try to just take a look at my chat over here. Florencio, if you were around here last night, I sent Florencio a sandwich because I was hungry and I made one myself.
What's going on?
Apparently it hasn't arrived. I don't know what's up with that, man. I UPS'd it. I chose overnight, so I don't know. It should be there. You know, it's not a business day. It's a Sunday, so it'll probably get there Monday, man. Just hold out a little bit longer. It was turkey, cheese, mayonnaise. Cactus, if you want a sandwich, man, I will send you a sandwich. I will airmail you a sandwich. I will FedEx it. Slightly faster than UPS. And just the builds are just kind of starting out here for our guys. We've got double gas for the Terran. Cactus with that happy face. Don't worry about it, man. PB, turkey or peanut butter and jelly, man? I need to know. Let's go ahead and type it out really quickly. I make a mean peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Armed and ready.
Any preference? Yes, no? Turkey? I got you. Turkey and cheese. My dad just got some honey baked ham, or excuse me, some honey smoked turkey, and it's quite good. So we've got our roaches, actually. It's going to be a roach play. I'm getting all distracted. I'm missing big plays. So he's got 6 roaches in production. I think he's going to just rush these roaches to this guy's base. But Nublet's got to have this bunker ready to go. He's got 5 or 6 Marines that will be there to defend, so I don't think this Roach Rush is going to be able to do a whole lot. Just because this barrack, especially if he pulls SCVs to defend it, I'm not sure if he will be able to destroy it quickly enough, but it is possible that he'll be able to hit at that key timing. There's the metabolic boost for that Zergling speed so that he can back this up. Gonna go ahead and drop another supply depot, make it a little bit harder to get here, but he hasn't scouted this, so he doesn't need to. Oh no, the 2 roaches are gonna come first, and they're gonna be only able to DPS very slowly. I think he should have waited for all of them, honestly. He's gonna pull this SCV, trying to get in position to keep this bunker alive, but this bunker is not gonna be able to keep this this command center safe, so he's gonna have to pull his Marine. It's a little bit of micro there, but he did lose 1 Marine. He will have to lift up, so I guess it's a little bit more effective than I thought it'd be, just based on the bunker placement. These roaches were able to deny this base, and honestly, he won't really be able to land it again until he's gotten, you know, 8 or 9 Marines, or maybe a couple of Marauders or something. He's gonna go ahead and just try to bunch this bunker down, but with this SCV here to repair it, some good micro there, 1 HP left, and he's gonna go ahead and take that SCV out, but I don't think this push is going to last. It will not, so focus fire on that weak roach. He's still actually attacking that, and there he goes, salvaging the bunker just in time. Great play there by Dr. Nubla, getting all that return back, because he wouldn't have actually been able to repair it. It would have just blown up, so really clutch timing on that. No third base. Okay, third base is just now dropping for a cure. You can see that supply lead. He's been able to macro up really hard behind this. Dr. Nubla is actually supply blocked because of those roaches being able to take out the early supply depot there. So it did set Dr. Nubla back just a little bit. He's going to go ahead and re-land this. These 2 Hellions are going to poke out and just see what they can find. Check on this third base. He will see that it's just now starting up. And he is going to move into the natural here. Some Zerglings there that are going to deny it. He's just kind of scooting around, just seeing what he can see. Not a lot of action there. Just kind of trying to get his foot back on the, or just get his footing. That's the word that I was trying to say. He's got those double mules landing, trying to get unsupply blocked once again. 2 more Hellions on the field, so he will have 4 total. They're going to go meet up with the other guys, and a Banshee on the field. Once again, I'm missing all of the big things. I'm sorry about that. Florencio has decided that he wants Ham instead. I will see what I can do. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the guy at the UPS station to switch it for Ham. Now, these Zerglings are going to immediately surround all of these Hellions. They will fall, but he doesn't really have an answer for the Banshee yet. I'm just assuming there's going to be a Queen walking over there, but no, there won't. So this actually is going to finish, and the Spore Collars are being made in the main and the natural, but he doesn't have an answer for this Banshee. He needs to try to pull some Queens over, or he's going to lose this base. It looks like he's just going to try to counterattack with all of these Lings. A couple of Hellions spawning just in time, but there's no defense at the main. He needs to try to get those Hellions out there. He needs to try to keep all of these SCVs and mules alive. He's losing quite a few here. His macro once again being put behind. This base is no longer under attack. I think that Banshee got pulled back just in case to defend, but he didn't need it, so he's going back out to try to take out this third. But I would say at this point, Dr. Nubla is pretty behind. Let's take a couple of look at some statistics. Let's check out our units tab. So 29 SCVs to 57 drones, and that is the power of that Zerg macro. Ooh, my brain not working at all today. The Queen's coming out now. He's going to attack that Banshee, but there's 2 Banshees here. One of them attacking the Queen, the other one attacking the base. He needs to go ahead. Okay, there's the cloak. So that Spore will definitely, either of these Spores will be able to go down this base, will be denied, but it doesn't really, you know, that's good damage and definitely needed to happen to keep Dr. Nubla even relevant in this game, but he's still vastly behind. The Spore Caller here is going to deny any more harassment from these Banshees. Another huge counterattack from all of these Zerglings. 4 Hellions getting immediately surrounded once again. There was no micro there. He needed to pull them up the ramp and they will fall. These SCVs have to escape. I don't know what Dr. Nubla can really do now. He doesn't have any units that can attack these and survive. He's going to have to lift that orbital once again. These Zerglings are just going to try to push up this ramp. Not a whole lot that they can do, so I think they will lose. But once again, just look at that. 28 SCVs to 54 drones. That's so many drones. If you take a look at the units lost. Oh, I'm sorry. The units lost, actually, it doesn't really work in observers, because this is actually for every game that he's played. There's no way that he's lost 28,000 minerals in this one game. That would be absolutely terrible. So we'll just go back to production here. 7 mutas on the way. He's he's not really going to have a very good answer to these mutas. There's not quite enough Marines. He is producing Marines now. It looks like 6 at a time. That will be good, but once these mutas are here to harass, it's going to be terrible. He just wants to mine, man. He just wants to use this base. And Cure is not letting him have it. It's those giant balls. Oh my god, there's so many mutas. There's almost 16 mutas. I believe these are 8 across, so 15 mutas now on the field. That one Marine scouts it and didn't even have time to report back to base, pulling everything back now. Lots of Marines, all of these SCVs getting destroyed. Cure is just securing this lead more and more. So many SCVs down. Zergling's running by and taking out all the drones here, or excuse me, SCVs here. And I don't know what he can do. 36 supplies to 98 from Cure, almost 100. Oh, this has been a brutal, brutal game. The Zerg's multitasking and aggression have just been a little bit too much for Nublet to handle. Kakaktis, I think Nublet is gonna make a comeback. I've always say if you've got a Marine and a Dream, then you can make a comeback because that's really all you need. Marines attack everything in the game, man. They can attack the air, they can attack the ground. So no stim research, no combat shields research. That's gonna actually be a big deal. Actually, do they have combat shields? They got 45 health, so. No, I do not see the shields. So I think they go up to 55 with those combat shields. So that is going to be a big deal because they're so weak to these mutas. And I think all he's going to do is just make 26 banelings right here and end the game. Oh my gosh. He's going to have absolutely no response to these banelings as soon as he's decided to roll in. I would, if I was him, as soon as I saw those banelings, I don't know, I'd probably GG. But once again, he is Terran. He has Marines, so maybe he can hold on. This 6 split, and here comes the Bane. Everything's surrounded. He's trying to run them up the ramp. The one Marauder maybe can hold them, but no, he's busting everything down. The barracks falls. All of the Marines die. There's a bunch of Marines up here, pre-splitting just a little bit. Baneling's coming up to destroy the last few SCVs here, and oh, everything's dying. Okay, he managed to keep a lot of his units alive with those Banelings. With those Banshees. A lot of the Marines were able to focus them, but there's so many Immutables, I'm pretty sure he can just attack this ball of Marines and just win. I don't know. We'll see, because it's about to happen. He's going for it. He's going to attack all of these Marines. He decides to pull back. Once again, Marines are quite good. He's just going to take that third and saturate it. He's got all of these things going on. Zergy, just Zerging, man. He's just Zerging. So he's got this huge amount of Zealots coming, or Zerglings coming in and surrounding him. And that is going to be it. GG from Dr. Nublet. Pretty painful to watch, if I have to say. He was just Zerging it, man, you know. He built some drones, he built some things, and he Zerged it up, and that's just how he won the game. That is my professional analysis of how he got in the lead. Dr. Nublet with a poop. You can just smell the disappointment coming off of Dr. Nublet right now. Your APM was like 80 or something. Dr. Nublet, I believe in you. I believe in you, man. In you, man. I'm bad at typing. Cure has left the game. Do we wanna start another? Okay, well we'll play this one more. We'll play Dr. Nublet versus Kakaktis one more time. It was a really good base race that first game. It was really entertaining to watch. Dr. Nublet is in Diamond. Kakaktis, I believe you're Diamond. Kakaktis, what's your race? League one more time. League one more time. I believe you're Diamond, if I'm not mistaken. I don't wanna. You're Plat. Okay. Tell me over there in the chat. Appreciate it. You're high Plat though. You're like right about where we are. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with all of these chat bubbles. Water, ladies and gentlemen, is the best. I support it. So this is going to be a rematch of the first game that we had on our stream. It was really awesome with that macro game that led into a crazy base race, of course, with Dr. Nublet having the Bio Ball, having the DPS to take out all of Kakaktis' buildings before he was able to secure the deal in Dr. Nublet's main. But let's go ahead and introduce our players. Going ahead and introducing Dr. Nublet first since he's played a little bit more tonight. He is our orange Terran. He's in the top right. He is ready to once again take another game off of Kakaktis. He is our Obs veteran with almost 300 games played, 159 wins to 140 losses, 53.2% win rate. He is a diamond level player. And over here, let's go ahead and introduce our pink Protoss. He is Kakaktis, and he is a platinum level. He is a high platinum. He's right there on the cusp of diamond. And so he is definitely a competitor for Dr. Nubla, and I would not be surprised to see him take a game or two off of him at some time in the future if they were to play like a best of 3 or a best of 5. But just now seeing these guys' builds starting to kind of flesh out here. We've got our gateway in production. We're going to see if he'll do maybe like an early gas, early double gas. Who knows? Who knows what he's going to do? Who knows what tricks are up his sleeve for this game? The early refinery coming up for Dr. Nublet, so it's not going to be a one RAS fast expand that we see often in the higher level games. So he definitely is going to be trying something a little bit more aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 1-1-1, maybe some Banshee play, maybe a 2 RAS. Who knows? So we'll see exactly what he decides to do with this gas. Immediately saturating it. It will be scouted by Kakakta, so he knows that he will probably be under some kind of aggression. And there it is. It's going to be a 2 RAS. We'll see whether or not it'll be a 2 RAS all in or not, but he'll definitely need to prepare some defenses for sure. Or he will just, he'll just lose, man. 2 RAS all in is extremely strong. And if you're planning on doing an early expansion build, you'll just die, man. All the probes will melt, all of the zealots will run back to Ire, and that'll be it. So this cybernetics core in production now, and it's going to be interesting to see. He's not going to have a whole lot of time to prepare for this. Reactors coming out already on that barracks. Excuse me, and no more gas. He doesn't need it. He just needs to make, I believe, a few marauders. I wish my co-caster Alex was here so that he could inform me a little bit more on the build. I'm not the Terran expert. Mindo Kusi is the Terran expert. He is a diamond level platinum. He's a diamond level Terran, and he knows all of the Terran builds a lot better than I do. So it'd be interesting to see. So it will be a tech out. So it will be Marauders being pumped out of this one, and double Marines out of that. And let's see here. We've got another gateway. So he will be chrono boosting out these stalkers, trying to get something for some defense. But honestly, he may need either a third gateway or a robotics facility to hold off. There's the third gateway. I wouldn't put it past him even to take it fourth. This would be super duper, just straight up 4 gate. But I think if he does a 3 gateway and he chronos out these units, that he will possibly, with some really good micro and possibly some great force skills, be able to hold off this push. But like I said, the 2 racks is an extremely strong push. He's going to have that concussive shells with it to slow down the stalkers and zealots so that they can't get away. And he can kite them all day long. And it's just going to come down to the micro of these players and exactly what Kakakta decides to do with his build. He's chronoing out that zealot, so he knows that he can't expand. At this point, an expansion would be literally suicide. That is taking the samurai sword and just stabbing it right into your stomach. There's no way you can hold an expansion against this push. So it's all going to be about how he splits the army right here on this ramp and if he can do it successfully. Because as soon as this push, like I said, it's pretty scary for Protoss. I've lost to it more times than I want to admit. So we're just going to see gateway tech is just about finished here. So he will be able to have 3 gateways producing some units all at once. He's been, let's take a look at the probes. Let's take a look at the units. So 23 and 24, both of them not focusing too much on that SCV production. Now here's something interesting. Dr. Newland's going to go ahead and take an expansion. And honestly, is he just going to macro up? He's going to take another barrack. So maybe this was mind games, man. Maybe he was just going to force that 2 racks early, make Kakakta play extremely defensively, and then just expand. But Kakakta, since this push hasn't come, his spider sensors are tingling. He's going to go ahead and expand himself since he knows he's got the gates, he's got the sentries. If he needs to, he can just cancel this and go up here and be safe in this push. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and go into a macro game. So honestly, that's not what I expected. I expected Dr. Nublet to make a push off of this 2 racks and just try to do something with it and win the game. Honestly, I was kind of prepared for something a little bit more all-in from it, but it looks like they're both ready to just sit back, macro up a little bit, pick up their feet, and just make some workers, man. Make some workers and get some monies. Excuse me, taking a little bit of water. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of downtime in this game as these guys decide what they want to do next. Robo facility coming down for Kakakta. Surely he will be making the robotics bay after that, I would assume. Go ahead and get dim Colossus, because Colossus are just good, man. Do lots of damage. And there is the Robo Bay. He's got the... He'll probably need to go ahead and take another couple of assimilators, and there he goes. Just because there's Colossus tech is so expensive. If you want the extended thermal lance, you really need 3 or 4 assimilators to make it all work out. Excuse me, I'm voice cracking just a little bit there. It's because I haven't hit puberty yet. I'm just 21 years old. Can you really blame me? And we've only got 3 warp gates. He could probably go ahead and tech that up to 5 or 6, depending on what he wants to build and what tech choices he wants to make. Getting the armor, or excuse me, the weapons first. I was going to say, a lot of times versus Terran at the higher leagues, you see the armor being researched first, simply because of how, you know, the bio ball works. It just, I promise I know how to talk, guys. Listen, it's okay, I promise. But the Marines, because they shoot lots of little bullets as opposed to, like, you know, big heavy damage like the Marauders do, you get better net gain from blocking that 1 damage a lot of times as opposed to getting your 1 attack extra or something like that. But it's a personal choice. Sometimes it adds up to being, you know, relatively just as effective to have that extra armor, or excuse me, that extra attack. Colossus are so good with that extra attack. They can just melt those Marines into the ground. And we're going to be moving right into this strong mid-game for the Terran. Of course, he could probably, if he decides to push out before these Colossus, there's like the sweet spot where you can attack before the Colossus get done. But I think that window is going to be closing, and he knows it. He's going to just be ready to just kind of sit back and continue making this. There's the factory, so some starports are probably about to be made if they're not already, and I missed it. I did. There's our double medevacs, and they're actually rallied to the middle of the map. So yeah, he's going to be making a push with these medevacs. So it's going to be 2 medevacs and this army. He will have 1 Colossus to defend it. Is he not? If he doesn't make a second Colossus, honestly, I was kind of expecting him to have 2 Colossus ready to hold this push off, but he's not going to. Okay, he's just now making it. Was he supply block? I believe he was. And the supply is favoring Dr. Nubla a little bit. And this push is here, and he's ready to go. I don't know what this army is going to be able to do. There's the stem moving on back up. Kind of silly force field right there, but that one's going to catch a few units. He does not have very many things. He just kind of wrapped around, and Dr. Nubla waiting for these medevacs. He needs them before the stemming up again for the second engagement. He'll have taken so much damage, so he needs to go ahead, kill these guys up. And look at this, he's going to drop. Half of his army is going to go into the main. The other half is going to attack the front, forcing Cacoctus to split his unit. The second Colossus will be done, though, and will possibly be able... Oh, no, it's going to get caught! Oh, Dr. Nubla didn't catch it. Okay, so this army is getting rebuked here, but there's another drop in the main. This Colossus is right here to shoot the units. Okay, he's shooting there, and this army is going out, and he's not able to micro both of these at once. This army is getting taken out. Some good, great force fields, cutting half of that army off. This drop was cleaned up almost immediately. It has to pull back because of that Colossus in the base. That was just a really lucky, honestly, rally there. And there is this... Okay, I thought that was another drop. It's just the factory. Factory getting shot on down. 3rd Colossus in production. Extended thermal lance, so some really good, a really good hold there. A lot of damage could potentially have been done by Nubla, and he wasn't able to do it, but he does have this 3rd command center already created, so he will have the economic advantage going into this mid-game, but taking... I wish we had an accurate units lost tab. I was going to say, I believe that Cacoctus really came out on top there, and was able to just kind of melt this army away and take a lot of that pushing power out of it. So Cacoctus is going to be able to be on the offensive if he decides to with this 3rd Colossus. I wouldn't be surprised, because at this point, he knows if Dr. Nubla took a 3rd base, which he did, obviously I see it, that, and I have to consciously stop saying, guys, just somebody slap me right across the face whenever I say it. I have to stop. I have to. But he knows that if he's already got a 3rd base saturated, that he'll start to fall behind because of the mules and the 3 SCVs being produced at a time. So this army right here with the 3 Colossus, especially because the Viking count isn't high yet, is very strong. And could potentially do a lot of damage and possibly deny a 3rd. So it's just we're gonna see what he decides to do. He's going for that Templar Archives, of course. The one mistake you can make as a Protoss is getting just like stuck on that Colossus tech and then never switching out to Zealot Archon, which is so hard to stop with the High Templars and Storms and everything as a Terran player. Any Terran will tell you, dealing with that death ball of the Protoss army with High Templars and Colossus and Storm is terrible. But he is going to go ahead and move out with this army, trying to hit in the sweet spot before a lot of Vikings are out. And this army is going to actually get caught, having to stem and run away. He's going to decide to... Yes, he is going to engage. He's going to move into this 3rd. Engaging in a choke is actually going to favor the Protoss here, so he can use those force fields to deny a lot of the surround that you really need as a Terran player. And it looks like he can't quite decide if he wants to commit. It's such a dangerous, once you've committed here. And look, he's back into a corner. Great force field cutting half of the army. And he's going to be able to just laser that down. This army is pretty much dead and useless. This army can't do much now. The Vikings were able to knock down that one Colossus. They're trying to focus fire the rest of them. 4 Vikings are knocking those Colossus down. And he was able to hold it off just barely because of those Vikings. Such good plays. Oh, you're losing your Colossus. Don't move. I believe that this might be an overextension. He's going to lose. The army is completely surrounded now. Vikings completely tearing apart that last Colossus. And I think... Cactus. What are you doing, man? So this third is now finished, but I don't know if he's going to be able to defend it. Dr. Nublet, he's smelling that blood, and he wants it, man. He's going to go ahead and go right across to this undefended, well, barely defended natural. This probe revealing his hand, and I don't think that there's going to be enough stalkers. Well, Dr. Nublet doesn't want any of it. Let's take a look at the upgrades. It's 1-1 for both of these players. Huge Zealot warp in now. He's going to just try to take out this third. It will fall incredibly fast to the stemmed up Bible, but there's no medvacs here, so he can't afford to stem too much or he'll take tons of damage. As you can see, he's already all in the red, yellow, and orange. Now this second, here are the medevacs. Here's the rest of the army. Dr. Nublet is going to just kind of steamroll through here. Zealots aren't in the position to hold this off. Templar archives are done, but the storm is not, so he can't really... He's going to just have to leave this base. There's nothing he can do to really save it. Okay, one Colossus out on the field now. He's going to try to go ahead and engage here. He needs to save this base. If he loses this base, he may be too far behind to actually save this game. So the Vikings are on the ground. They need to lift back up and shoot this Colossus. There they go. They will lift back up. 6 more Stalkers being made, and he's once again desperately trying to save this base. Colossus, another Colossus in production with 2 Colossus. He may be able to hold it. Some bad rally or bad micro there. Now he's actually going to be pulling these. Oh, this Colossus, he's going to get focused down. You have to focus the Viking. The Vikings have been able to take that out. Only a few units remain. There might be just barely enough units to hold. It's going to be close. He's pulling back. I don't know if that was the right decision. He might have just needed to design as much damage as he could there. More Zealots coming out, attacking. He's going to go ahead and lift up and move out. This third was destroyed. The damage was done. He has got a third completely saturated, or not completely saturated, but completely operational. The gas there, not really super important. It's all about the minerals. It's all about the money, baby. He needs it for Marines. He needs it for Marauders. So, Cactus, oh my goodness, there's not a lot of mining that can happen here. He has to retake that third. He's incredibly behind. A 50 supply deficit. That's why you blink. Pink needed blink for Lyncio. I completely agree with you. Blink would have made a lot of difference there with being able to micro much more effectively against that army concave and all of that. But he's got the High Templar on the field now. Really, the only way that Cactus can get back into this game, he needs probably 2 solid engagements where he storms everything, does tons of damage, and can get this third up. Because at this point, Dr. Nublet could take a 3rd, 4th, 5th. He could take as many bases as he wants right now and be completely safe. Because Cactus has to defend. There's nothing else that he can do with this army, and he has to get these probes off this mineral patch. He needs to go ahead and just put those to the natural. I'm not doing a lot there. This third about to finish up. We're going to have some workers in play here. This is a good play, trying to keep Dr. Nublet on the defensive as much as possible. And it looks like it was already scouted. He's moving some Marauders in position to defend against it. He's got this entire army here, and Dr. Nublet decides to make a drop of his own. I wish I could see... guys, you're supposed to be slapping me if I say and you're not. Snipes the Vikings 10, Planetary Fortress easy. Lyncio with a little bit of Protoss knowledge, so he's got the army. He's got 60 supply lead. He is ready to go. The only thing that will save him is the most perfect storm. He needs the perfect storms to be able to hold this push off, and I don't know if he's going to even have time to get them to third base. Just now being remade, and it's going to fall so quickly. He has to go defend it, and he's not. He's choosing, I don't know what he's going to do. He's choosing not to defend it. He's just now making the move. He knows that he has to let it go. The third base is once again crumbling, and honestly, Dr. Nublet, yeah, he's going to make this drop at the man at the same time. Such a good play there. It will get cleaned up. But he's comfortable just going home, man. He's 70 supply in the lead. What is he? All he has to do is, at this point, just create more infrastructure, take more bases, real estate, man. He is the new agent, and he is going to he's going to buy all the homes, man. He's going to buy all the mineral patches. He's going to set up shop, and he's going to roll back through with a max army. Max upgrades 2-2 about to finish. personal cloaking about to finish for those ghosts. Once the ghosts are in the picture, it's going to be over. Cactus knows that he doesn't have much left in him. He's going to make this last-ditch effort to just push, push, push. He's got the Immortals, not the Immortals, I'm sorry. He's got the Archons, he's got the High Templars, and he's just going to see what he can do. This army, if he catches this army off guard, he could do a little bit of damage. He's not paying attention. Getting this around. There he goes. There's a pull. Destroying more of his own units more than anything else, so that's kind of a bad storm there. And he's just going to kite all day long until all the Zealots are gone. The Colossus under attack by these Vikings. They're not focus firing, but it doesn't even matter. These Archons being pulled out. The Colossus not really attacking anything. They're continually just shooting down that Vespine. The Storms here doing a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. And GG for Cactus. Really convincing game by Dr. Nublet, showing that Terran massacre, showing the power of the Bio Ball. Florencio sad, I'm sad. Very good games, guys. Enjoyable to watch, enjoyable to cast. Are we ready for the next Obs? I think this one looks like it is drying on up. Cactus, man, you played a great game. But it's just that Terran. Let's go ahead and go to the next Obs, guys. Next Obs. I'm trying to think of what you could have done better. Honestly, it was. I think what it really was is that you did a lot of good damage when you were attacking as third with your army. Blink would have been definitely a good play there. But I think what happened is you just overextended, man. You just overextended a little bit too hard into his natural, and then your army got surrounded and you lost all of your Colossus. So, you know, that just kind of happens. I think if you had just kind of pulled back and immediately teched a High Templar, you would have had to stay on the defensive because of how much damage you had done and because of the army that you had. But, you know, I'm just kind of some idle musings, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to refill my cup of water really quickly. And then I'll come back and I'll start another game. So give me just 1 second, guys. There's going to be a little bit of dead time. Enjoy the dubstep. I hope that's fine with everyone that's going to have it on. It's good background noise. But I will return in just a moment. Otter, you're so good to me. Alright. What? Okay, look, I'm sorry. What's going on? Who's on Skype? I'm trying to... I will add you on Skype. But I'm trying to get good at the solo casting because I haven't done it a lot. So what is it? FX 962. Is that you? Oh, there we go. But I'll add you, man. But I'm gonna just try to do some solo casting tonight. But I will definitely add you into Skype so you can join us later. And of course, if Alex gets on and we decide to do something different, you might be able to hop on in. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen, man? Hey, Epic Sax guy from Ace. Now, let me look at some numbers and things here. Scotius, Scotius, we've lost him. I'm gonna actually message him and just see if he enjoyed everything. Isn't there a way that I can do that? Scotius, chat. Hey, thanks for checking out the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. He is actually offline. So, that is that. Alright, I'm going to create a new Obs game. So let me go into the arcade. I'll go ahead and make a party, actually. Is that you? Got it. Cool. Alright, so who's all wanting to check this out? We've got Ace, we've got Cactus, we've got Flo. You guys want me to bring y'all all in? I better technical strategy details. I'm not that funny. I can't be at times, not really. I'm in. We got Puppy Puncher. He's in game though. So if he wants to check out the stream later, then that is cool. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and invite everybody to a party then. We'll get Ace, we'll get Florencio and Cactus. We'll just pull you guys into a party. I'll make sure I'm friends with all you guys. And Florencio, are you in game still? It says you're busy. It says you're busy, man. Don't be busy. Alright, cool. Well, I will start up another Obs game. And we will do it with us, and we can get some new guys in as well. And you 3 guys will help me bring them into the fold, if you will. Creating an interesting chat dynamic. I feel so left out not to be the only one in Diamond. Don't worry about it, Cactus, man. You're almost there. You are top Diamond, or excuse me, top Platinum. And that is okay. What is up, baby? So I'm gonna go ahead and let this fill up. But yeah, dude, Cactus, listen. You just need a ladder. Do what me and Mindo did. Okay, listen. We were right where you were. We were top Platinum, right? Like rank. I think I was ranked. I wasn't even top Platinum. I think we started when we were like in the top 25. And we decided over Christmas break that we were going to get Diamond. And that's what we did. So we literally, we just, put our face to the grindstone and just played ladder games for, 5-6 hours a day, every single day. And if you do that, you'll get it. You'll get it. You just look up some builds, try to optimize your builds, keep an idea of what you're doing with every game, and you'll make it there. Okay, so we got some new guys in here. I'm gonna go ahead and shamelessly advertise my stream for the new guys, for Baby, Talix, and Pino Molo. Now, Florencio, correct me if I'm wrong. You're Zerg main, right? Or are you Protoss main? Somebody is Zerg main and was off-racing Protoss. But we will wait. We'll wait for a couple of more guys. See who else shows up. I'm gonna blast Alex with one more phone call. Hey, it's Baby Giraffe. Do you guys know each other? Is he like another one of the underground? Oh god, party chat's blowing up. Bring it, off race me. Don't hate. I never leave ire. I'm tossed since 1997. Come at me, bro. Alright, it looks like he is still not at his computer. I will let him call me later if he decides to pick up. Baby and Intel are. So I hear. There is a huge Obs community. Anyhow, I think we got enough guys in here now. We're only waiting for one more, so I'll go ahead and start it up. Once again, there's my stream. Oh, Puppy Puncher, he makes it. He just now made it in. Oh, so clutch. Sorry guys, I was trying to take care of some things, but we are starting up now. Hopefully some of these new guys can check out the stream and that they enjoy it. Once again, I appreciate you guys for checking us out. Like, it's so weird that I'm streaming and casting for, just people I don't know. It's a really fun feeling, so I'm glad everybody's enjoying it. I hope you continue to do so. I hope I'm not too terribly boring just by myself. I know Alex isn't here, and we normally have more witty banter. It's a lot harder to actually be funny all the time as opposed to just being funny half of the time. But I'll probably be going live too, just for fun. Sure, man. Feel free to stream. You know, I think do I have HOTS? Yes, I do. I managed to get it from GameStop. But let's see who decides to play. Ace, of course, is going to go ahead and jump on it. I can stream some HOTS for you later, Cactus, if you want. And Florencio is given an Ace with a smiley face, and he knows what's going on. And Pino Molo is actually going to be going ahead and jumping in there. If you guys like, actually, can you have my baby? I'll eat your baby, Puppy Puncher. I wouldn't have it any other way. All my money's on you. All my money on you, Pino. Alright, and there we go. So we're just now starting out. Observers. I'm casting this. So if you would like to interact, the chat is up and live on the stream. Alright, guys. So let's go ahead and I'll stop blasting my stream in the chat and pissing off all of the guys who are here. And if you decide to check it out, what, you know, what? I didn't even get to start doing the introductions. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Pino, the green presence in the top right with a whole lot of drones, is gonna go ahead and do some things to the guy down here. Ace, the black Zerg in the bottom left. He's got a lot of wins. He's got a lot of losses. He's in diamond. Pino Molo, he's bronze league potentially. I don't really know too much about it. Intel giving us a resounding, he got this, man. I believe you. This is actually standard play. Cactus knows it. I see this all the time in the platinum divisions, in the diamond division. Pino Molo rolling in here with a big old lull. Ace is completely taken off guard. He's going to go ahead and attack that. Ace doesn't want any other, I believe. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the units really quickly. The drones are duking it out, and it's gonna be not close at all. 7 drones, and that's that micro. Pino Molo with a wow, nerf drones, what the fuck? What you didn't know is that they actually regenerate all of their health immediately, and they do 20 damage per shot. That's just what they didn't tell you, man. So he's got 40 minerals, not enough for a drone, not enough for anything. He's got enough money. Like, this is when, okay, you're starving. You haven't eaten in 6 days. And all you want is Taco Bell, okay? That's just what you want. And you go to Taco Bell and you pull out your wallet and you have $1. And you're like, well, I'll just get something off the dollar menu. And then you realize that there's tax. And that tax is the 10 minerals that he doesn't have for the drone. He was this close. He was 10 minerals away from a beefy 5 layer. And he missed it. So, Polomolo, with the surrender now, he understands that the Nexus is OP. It's actually going to call in a mothership and destroy everyone there. So let's see, actually check something here really quickly. Is there any new guys? We've got D Mooblet on the stream. What's up, Moob? What's up, Moob? Let me type it in as well. Is Mooblet one of the guys that is playing? Is he in this game? I don't know. Did you wander in? Just let me know in the chat where you're from. Not where you're from in terms of, like, you know, country of origin or anything. Just how you found me. And I appreciate you checking out the stream, though, man. I hope you're enjoying it. It wasn't the most interesting game to cast. So I'll be honest with you. It just kind of happened that Pino decided to work a rush, and it backfired. And there's the Chrono Boost doing all of the AoE damage. This will, of course, be all she wrote for Pino. He's a little upset. He needs to nerf that drone damage. I'm not in-game, just checking out your stream. Casting sounds pretty good. Well, cool, man. I'm glad you found me. That's cool. I always enjoy it when just random guys are coming here to check it out. I appreciate the compliment. Normally, I'm actually casting with one of my friends. He's a co-caster with me. His name is Alex, and we do a lot of duo casts and everything. But today, I've decided to just fly solo because I don't know where he is or what he's up to. I tried to call him on Skype, but he's not around. So maybe we can actually get a game that's a little bit more exciting to watch. And wait, Dr. Nublet, you were yeah, you were in last game. That's how come I realized your name. Sorry, I totally forgot. I casted like 3 of your games, man. Check the VODs if you wanna, you know, words and stuff. Check the VODs if you wanna watch your games getting casted, because I went ahead and casted them all. You played really well, man. You had some really good games. That match with you and Kakaktis with the base race was awesome. So feel free to stick around. Subscribe if you like it. If you don't, you know, that's cool, man. To each his own. But I hope you enjoy it. Taking a sip of my water here. Oh, stretching just a little bit. Was that you who two-gated me that one time, PBT? I didn't, yeah, Florencio did. you guys played some fun games. Alright, oh my gosh. Baby Giraffe, what? Didn't he play? Somebody on the stream that's a little bit more... Didn't Baby Giraffe play a couple of days ago, and he's like stupid good? Isn't he like Masters or Grandmaster? Baby is insanely good. That is crazy. Bet on Baby Giraffe, all my money, he's Masters. Okay, that's what I thought. I believe we casted Baby a couple of nights ago, and he was very good. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get into the introductions. Dr. Nublet, being new to the cast and to the stream, feel free to critique me and let me know of anything that you'd like to see or not like to see. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. So in our top right, we've got Kakaktis, the pink Zerg. He is he's not Grandmasters, don't believe it. He is a high platinum level player. He is right there on the cusp of diamond. He's very good. He's played some games here on the stream tonight, and it's been enjoyable to watch. He is 11 and 15 in observers. Not a whole lot of games to go off of. About a 42.3% win rate. And once again, saying guys, just slap me. Slap me when I say it, and I'll stop. But he's quite good. And down here in the bottom left, we've got Baby Giraffe, who, according to the chat, is a Masters League total badass. He is mid to high Masters. Take a look at these stats. 727 wins, 176 losses, 80% win rate. He is on a 37 win streak. The worst streak is 2 losses. So at any given time, he lost 2 games once and decided that was just too much and began to win everything else. That is absolutely outrageous. I don't even have any words, man. He took the words away from me, from his greatness. So we're going to see this master level. He's got all these decals flying around. He's got coyotes and whatever else flying around. So we're going to see a ZVZ. We've got the gas for both of our players. I forgot to turn on the production once again. Sorry, guys. So we've got the spawning pool coming out a little bit later for Baby Giraffe, choosing for something slightly more economic. I think he squeezed a couple more drones out. Both of these guys having 6 more Zerlings for Baby Giraffe. Not at all. Zing. I missed it. I missed what happened in the chest. Lost streak is bugged, Dr. Nublet says. So, okay, that's fine. But he's still very good. But just so you guys know, the lost streak is bugged, so that might not be 100% accurate, and that's okay. So, Metabolic Boost coming out for both of our players here, and we've got the Baneling that's coming out early for Baby Giraffe, so we're seeing a little bit of deviation. It looks like Kakaktis is actually gearing up to take an earlier expansion, but it will, of course, be scouted by Baby almost immediately with this Overlord placement. So we've got these 4 Zerglings moving out across the map. He's got some drones here. I think he's just taking these drones for... Where did he take these drones, man? I don't know. I'm not a Zerg player. I don't know the mind of the Zerg. Cool stream. I may hang out in here in the future. Gotta check out though. Peace. Alright, Dr. Nublet, it was fun having you around. I appreciate the words of encouragement. And feel free to check us out anytime, man. I don't know if you're already gone, but I appreciate you checking us out and having a good time. So he's actually just going to move in with these drones. It's kind of an extra unit to attack with. But these Banelings, oh no! And the Banelings Kakaktis with a hearty lull. And that got cleaned up extremely quickly. And GG, and he's going to go ahead and tap out. So I don't know what that was all about. But I'm like Bronze Zerg. Okay, he is off racing. That's right. Sorry, guys. Kakaktis is actually Protoss main. and just off race for the hell out of now. This is a match that I'm excited to see. Baby Giraffe is a high Masters player. Ace is a low Masters player, high Diamond player. So I believe, yes, there will be Baby Giraffe and Ace. This should be an awesome game. Awesome, awesome indeed. Let me see if Intel are you casting, you said? Or streaming? Masters of the New Diamonds. Baby Giraffe with a nice have fun there. So, while many ZVZs can sometimes peter out and not be so interesting like the last one, you were being facetious. Oh, come on now. Don't hurt my feelings like that. But this should be quite fun because these guys are both very, very good. I used to do commentary for Professional Dude War. Oh, no way. Awesome, man. I'm just kind of casting for fun. For fun. Having a good sign with it. Having a good sign with it. Florencia. Oh, you're hurting. Look, man, you just need that dream, and then you just gotta take it into reality. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with our player introductions here. We've got Ace in the top right, 15-7 with that 68.2% win rate. Not a whole lot to go off of, not too many Obs games, but like I said before, he has placed Masters 6 times. He is Diamond as of now. Going ahead and starting out with that early gas. In the bottom left, we have Baby Giraffe, who apparently just plays Observers, but he is a Masters, mid to high Masters player. Huge amount of games played, almost 1,000 games with a 728 wins, 176 losses, 80% win rate there. Both of these guys looking to have a very similar starting build. The supplies are even. The build production tab is even. And Darren, I might check out in a bit. Got an exam tomorrow. It's 1:20 a.m. for me, man. I don't feel bad. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. School needs to come first. I try to make school come first, but you know, here I am up to play casting, but feel free to head on out. That is fine. Just kind of getting underway here, but I appreciate you for coming by and checking it out. And we are just now kind of getting started. Of course, these guys are, like I said earlier, they're doing the same thing pretty much. Getting this, gonna get this 100 gas for the speed. Gonna have that pop out immediately. Start the queen. Start the speed. Start the lings. Same thing for Ace. So mirror build so far. A couple more Zerglings in production. Okay, so it will be. Well, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and bump that up to 4. So just still waiting to see what exactly develops here. Darren, Florencio is sad that you're leaving. Don't you do that to him. He needs a stream buddy. Okay, you're his new stream buddy, Cactus. Don't you just leave us. Okay, we need you. But for real though, if you got an exam, you know, that's fine. So we've got these Zerglings moving out across the field now. Ace's Zerglings are in a position to defend, and we see that early Baneling nest coming from both of these players. Baneling nest from Ace a little bit sooner. Queen is going to go ahead and try to poke this Overlord to death. 4 Zerglings, 6 Zerglings for each guy here, so not really going to be able to engage one way or the other. Well, we will see if they're not hidden underneath the bush. Some micro for both players being very good. No losses yet. A couple more Zerglings being produced for both players. This is the dance of the Zerg. This Queen here, however, will make all the difference, and Baby Giraffe knows it, and he is going to go ahead and pull away there. Not going to really be able to do anything. Speed is going to be finishing up for both of these players at the same time. Balin is going to be finishing just slightly earlier for Ace, and this could play a huge role. He's not going to be able to see these Banelings, so if he decides to try to engage up this ramp, and these Banelings catch him by surprise, he'll lose everything, but he's making the Banelings now. But Ace has the advantage for just a few more seconds. He needs to try and move out, and he will. He's going to lose. There, oh, one more Baneling will take him off. Oh my gosh, so many minerals lost. All of those Banelings going down immediately. Tonics with the Baneling fight. Oh my gosh, so many minerals lost in that engagement. And at this point, Ace is going to have a lead here going into this. However, that is Pumpy Puncher how ZVZ works. Now, there's still plenty of room for error from Ace. A couple of Banelings just blowing themselves up there. He's kind of got these guys pre-split. A huge amount of Zerglings go down for Ace. So these two, oh my gosh, 2 Banelings for 4. A very good engagement there. All of these drones are now in the red, but they will survive. Ace has 2 Zerglings remaining. Gonna go ahead and morph those into Banelings. I do believe they get full health once they morph into Banelings, so yeah, I have to agree, Ansel. Very much so. And we've got Zerglings coming out now. Banelings on the high ground, and they do get that full health as soon as they get done morphing. Baby Giraffe is not finished yet, though. He's going to continue to try to push up into this. These Zerglings wrapping all the way around, and if they come... Oh, no. They're going to actually run right into the Banelings if they try to get all the way back home. But, you know, here, 2 Banelings here on the ramp, and there goes 3 for him, so 2 for 3 is a good defense there. And all of Ace's Zerglings just got taken out by that one at a time. Baneling for a Zergling is always worth it. Dragoons, I miss you. Florencio, I'm right there with you, man. It looks like we dominate. You should race Manducasi to Masters. What you don't know, Darren, is that we're always racing to Masters. It's just unspoken at this point. One day we actually raced a Diamond and he beat me. And okay, I'm gonna take just a slight, since we're having some downtime, it looks like these guys want to macro up. I'm gonna go on just a slight tangent, but me and Manducasi, I used to be better than him. I started playing way before. I started in gold when he was still just a silver leaguer. And I was in platinum while he was still silver. And he got all the way up to platinum. And we were both in platinum because he was playing way more than I was. And then we were like, okay, let's get diamond. And he beat me to diamond. And he never lets me live it down. So I have to beat him to masters so I can redeem myself. I know, right? Silver nubs, man. Everybody's got to start somewhere. He's still a scrub. I still beat him all the time. So whatever. Go suck it. Suck it and go. I wish I could get out of silver. Puppy Puncher, you can, man. You just gotta play. You just gotta play dim games. Look, listen. Just learn some builds on YouTube and just try to get them builds down. Watch Day 9. Day 9's got some great what are they called? Newbie Tuesdays. Those things will get you out of silver so fast. So we're kind of moving into the macro stage, the mid game of the ZVZ. Some spines going up for the defense. Dreams finishing, Dreams, I read Dream somewhere. Hatchery's finishing a little bit earlier for Ace, so he'll have just a slight economic advantage. If we take a look at the units, he's gone ahead and squeezed out about 27 drones, over 20 from Baby Giraffe. And we're just going to see exactly what pans out from here. Another huge wave of drones coming out. We've got big waves of drones coming for each player. And so it looks like Baby Giraffe is just a teensy bit behind in the macro here, which will play a large role if this continues to go later and later into the game. We've got the layer tech coming up for the hatchery. For Ace, excuse me. We've got the layer tech coming up for Ace from the hatchery. The hatchery is morphing. I'm trying to keep up with this chat at the same time, it's distracting me. But it's going to be interesting to see what he decides to do with that layer tech, because it looks like Baby Giraffe is content to just kind of sit on these 2 bases, macro, get that +1 on the lings. Okay, and there's a layer tech for him as well. So it looks like Ace, I'd have to say that he's in the lead, man. He's got his Roachhorn, he's got his Evo Chamber, he's got his layer tech earlier, so he has more tech choices at his fingertips. He has the better supply, he has the better economy. Taking a look at the numbers here, we've got the mineral. Well, mineral rate is almost even, but yeah, like I said, Ace is just barely squeezing past him in both Vespine and minerals, and in a mirror matchup, it's just those teeny bits of minerals that really matter, man, because every drone, every Zergling that you have over your opponent is a lead. And he's going to get these 2 Zerglings. That one's going to get into the base, and he doesn't see a whole lot. So he didn't see the infestation pit. He didn't see the layer timing. So he'll still be playing slightly blind. Dominic, you should race me. Okay, that's the same thing. And let's see here. What is going on? They're just kind of dancing around this watchtower. The Zergling's got 1 HP. He's going to catch that watchtower. A huge wave of Banelings coming in. So Baby Giraffe, I think he knows that he's a little bit behind and is going to try to make something of it. But these Banelings are going to move out and catch this. 2, you need 3. You need 3. You need 3. And they're going to finish and get full health. 2 Banelings, because, okay, just so you don't know, 2 Banelings will kill a Baneling, but you need 3 Banelings to kill a Baneling that's still morphing. And look at this huge amount of roaches coming out. All of those Banelings by Baby Giraffe were killed immediately by the Banelings, or excuse me, all of the Zerglings were killed by the Banelings of Ace, and the supply lead continues to climb higher and higher for Ace. He's a little supply block now, but that's okay. He's got all this stuff in production. He's got 2 more Overlords in production. I think he just now caught up to that supply block. 14 more Lings in production for Baby Giraffe. He's got this second wave of Banelings here. He knows he has to do damage. He has to stop this mining. He has to get ahead. One thing you guys have to learn about higher level ZVZ, let me just hear what Intel has to say, because is that it's always razor thin. It is, like I was saying, it's incredibly, there's a balancing act that you have to do. Too much micro, and you won't have the macro to back it up. Too much macro, and you lose. So this is some really razor thin gameplay, and that, like you said, this comes with the higher level play. It's really fun to watch. These roaches kind of free-flip for these banelings. Banelings do a lot of damage, but they're pretty bad against roaches. Roaches here able to just clean all of that up. Baby Giraffe continuing to just produce huge amounts of lings. I think he's doing this I think he has to at this point, because if he decides to drone up and there's a counterattack, and there's GG. Should have just played legit and stomped you normally. LOL, GG. I think Baby Giraffe knew just how far behind he was. There wasn't a lot that he could do there after that, with the roach attack being so far ahead. Downside with peak modes, so people see what you're gonna do. And Intel, I'm not sure if you're in the stream. Intel, are you watching my cast? Just out of curiosity, because I know you said you had casted before. If you had any, that's cool. Just curious. Yes. Wait. Yes. That's how you spell the word. And we're gonna see another game from... Well, you're obsing these. I gotcha. Sorry about the silence, guys. I'm bad at talking and typing. And it looks like, I mean, Penomalo said he was gonna do it. The Pro Brush has commenced. Penomalo, of course, the green Protoss, and it does look like he is going to be Pro Brushing again. Doesn't make for the very best casting games, but we will see what Baby Giraffe has to offer. Of course, his Masters level micro is gonna clean this up just fine. Let's be honest here. We've got 6 probes here. What a joke! I agree. Okay, Jesus, he should at least do it sexy. Now, listen, Florencio is the expert of cheesy cheese. Like, Florencio is like 50-year-old, perfectly aged cheddar. Or maybe even mozzarella when it comes to cheese. And yeah, I agree. YOLO, maybe, but Ace, I'm with you here. It's not making for the best of games, and that's okay, but, you know, to each his own and all that good stuff, but, you know, try a little bit harder, man. Let's see what you got. And Baby Giraffe is just microing for fun. He didn't even pull half of these drones. Not using the hold position micro. So I guess we're just gonna let this wrap up. I mean, Ronaldo doesn't really have anything to do. He's just gonna die and lose. Well, wait. He actually has probes. But he's still gonna lose, so that's fine. So let's take some questions from the chat. What are you guys up to right now? We've got this rather silly game commencing. Greg Jazz is making his way in. Greg, I apologize for not having the most entertaining game to cast for you at the moment. Pinolo is kind of just trolling us right now and has decided to pro brush. And that's just what happens. But hello and welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. I hope you enjoy your stay. I'll type just in case you've got your sound muted. And I hope you have a good time here and have some fun. And we've just been playing some Obs games and casting what I see. That's just kind of what I've been up to recently. And we've got a few guys that have been some kind of regulars. You'll see Florencio and Ace and Darren here in the chat. They've been watching us for a little while now. Having a lot of fun with it, but once again, like I said, this guy just kind of pro brushed and it's not making for the most interesting of games. So we've got, as soon as these Zerglings pop, everything's pretty much gonna die. That's okay. Florencio is of course hardcore. He's been tossed since '98. He graduated from Toss Academy. back when it was still just a little spark in Blizzard's eye. How does Pinolo have a win? Man, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe Burlesque once in Obs and everything worked out. Now, this is actually the turning point in this game. He's actually built a building. This is something new that we haven't actually seen from Pinolo in the past, so I believe that once this pylon finishes warping in, he's going to be able to use the newest part of the Swarm upgrade for the pylons known as the Crystal Pylon Cannon, which does 100 damage to units within a 47 range. And all he has to do is activate it with a Chrono Boost on the pylon. Will he do it? I don't... No, he's not. He's not because he's going to lose because he's bad, and that's okay. So, Florencio, StarCraft, Forum, So Thread. We're back down to 5 viewers. Greg Jazz may have stepped out. I'm not 100% sure, and that's okay. He hasn't typed anything in. But hopefully after this, we'll get a good game for us to cast, and it'll be a little bit more interesting than all of the silly cheese. And let me... What's your StarCraft ring? Form, search, thread. Florencio, I'm curious. Since we've got a little bit of downtime, I will click on your link. StarCraft Dream. The polls. Florencio ever great? Well played. At least I didn't have to kill the Nexus. Alright, so Baby Giraffe is stepping back in. So who will be? Florencio will be the one to try to conquer that who is unconquerable. To try to take down the man with almost 900 wins in Obs under his belt. This hopefully will be a very entertaining game to watch. Tonix has gone ahead and left the game. 7 days, you conquered him. Well, that might be true. That might have actually happened. Ace, but listen, Ace, look at me. We already know that you're the best ever, you know, because you're Ace. You're the ace in the hole, man. You're the Zerg to end all Zergs, and that's okay. That's okay that Baby Giraffe just couldn't handle your awesome. So luckily, Florencio has gone ahead and muted the stream here, so that he doesn't get all of the information as I cast it. If I was the best, I would be at MLG. I thought I saw you at MLG. I thought you were actually DRG, and this was just your all-for-ace account. Is that not? No? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the game. We've got Baby Giraffe. Let me go ahead and pull up the production tab as well. In the top right as the yellow Zerg. He's been playing some really awesome games tonight. He is a mid to high Masters player, and he is fantastic. His stats show it. He has 729 wins, 177 losses with an 80.5% win rate in Obs games, which is just outrageous. It's rather ridiculous. And in the bottom left, playing as the teal Protoss, we have Florencio. He is a regular of the stream now, of both mine and Alex's stream. He plays some of the most interesting Protoss games I've seen in a long, long time. He doesn't actually get Warp Gate half the time. I don't know what's up with that, but hey, he makes it work. He has got 25 and 23 for his stats in Obs. Doesn't have quite the record to brandish about as Baby Giraffe, but he is still quite good. He is a diamond level Protoss, and we will see what exactly is up his sleeve today. He loves his cheese, man. Like I said a little bit earlier, he is fine ace cheese. He doesn't do like your standard just, you know, pro brush or whatever. He does like weird like proxy 3-gate into Zealot, Stargate, whatever, and it's great. It's fun to watch. But he could do some serious damage with all those probes. Pinolo chiming in with a little bit of his expert tactics. And we do have the denial of the hatchery up here with the pylon. Of course, so annoying to have to deal with. He's going to go ahead and pull this probe down and around to the third base so he can deny it. Well, actually, he's going to go ahead and miss his opportunity there. Something you'll see a lot of times at a high level is where if you are getting your natural denied by the Zerg or by the Protoss, you just go and take the third because you're going to take the third anyway. If he takes third and blinds 3 base, I like how he's saying character there. He could be in trouble. Ace just letting us know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just the meta right now, man. Like every Zerg I play against pretty much goes 3 base blind just regardless. And Florencio is doing this gate, you know, this early gateway play. He's not going Nexus first. He's not going to forge fast expand. He's got the Zealot already out and ready to go. Baby Giraffe just now scouts it, so he's got the Queen. He's got the pylon. I don't think he was really expecting a one-base play from Florencia. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it either. Proxy 3 at the gold. Do you see that already? Or okay, I see that. Such a late core intel. Yeah, I agree. It is, but we're just gonna see what he does. I know you're not watching, so Flow is an interesting one. Always has builds. Derek didn't start doing the double expo on me until like high build. Yeah, a lot of the lower league Zerg plays is just a lot of one place play, a lot of like roach timings and all ins and that kind of a thing. But once you start getting good at the forge fast expand, you'll pretty much beat any Zerg that doesn't do a 3 hatch. As I'm sure you've seen, you know, now that you're out of the high gold and everything, you're into platinum. But this Zealot is just kind of wonking away, whapping with his little sabers. He is going to die to this Queen and the Zergling harass. And I'm not exactly 100% sure what Florencia is trying to do. He's only got 1 gate and just the cyber, and that's all he's got. So, you know, as soon as Baby Giraffe wants, he can just take this third, and I believe he will. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get another cup of water here. And we've got these 6 Zerglings on the map. They're going ahead and scouting for that proxy. This was scouted up here, so that won't be happening. Florencio is just going to try to get this gateway out. You know, honestly, I think it's going to be a 4-gate. I think it's just going to be straight up. Yeah, there it is. You know, sometimes my casting just gets real bad, and I don't realize that he's actually 4-gating, and then I assume that he's 4-gating, and then he was. So I brought it all back around in the end. But he doesn't have the proxy right now. He's sending this guy out. I'm gone after this game. I gotta sleep. I thought he bragged about his 520 warp gate. This is incredibly late. But that's okay, and Baby Giraffe has made the good move here to not take that third. He's got all of these Zerglings on the field, and honestly, I'm pretty sure he can just attack and win. So late on the pylon, it's so late on the warp gate. It's a min 3 minutes late. Yeah, I'm crying too, man. My inner Protoss. Actually, guys, I know looks like everybody's gonna be wrapping it up for the night. This is gonna probably be my last game as well, because I have just a smidgen of homework to do, and I haven't eaten anything in quite a while, and this is a huge number of Zerglings. These Zealots are going to go ahead and going to wall this off, and they're going to try to hold at the top of the ramp, but don't run out. You run out, you'll get surrounded immediately. As soon as speed finishes and the rest of these Zerglings are done, I don't think Florencio is going to really have an answer to this. This proxy he's got these proxies set up, but he's not able to do anything other than warp in. He's got 4 sentries coming in now as well, so he's just going to do sentries and Zealots, but the problem is that he doesn't have a base, so he doesn't really have an answer. Like, you know, even if he's able to hold this, he's going to be so behind in tech, and he's going to be so behind in macro that I'm not sure if it's really going to matter. But look at this, he's got almost 1,000 minerals. He can't expand because he can't hold it, and he can't really, you know, build enough units to spend this money. So it looks like Baby Giraffe is going to be content to just go back. He's going to stop this proxy in its tracks. The creep there is stopping it. All of those Zealots immediately taken out, the proxy taken out, and the only thing Florencio, worst 4K ever from Baby. Florencio with a yeah, he knows it. Tell me about it. He's not really proud of it. You know, that's like, I had a better analogy than what I was about to try to make, so I'm just gonna let that. Oh no, you're not paying attention, Florencio. Your units. Oh no, they were all surrounded. They were caught out. I think he was probably trying to type something, and the base is not defended, and all of the Zerglings are in. There's a whole army is dead. All of those are dead. Everything's dead. Bleeding out Zealots, bleeding out Zerglings. All of these drones. This base is not going to be able to go up, and I think this is going to just be it for Florencio. GG. Raffle from Baby. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna head out. Hope you enjoyed the casts. Thanks for casting the donate, no problem. Once again, well, I was gonna link the stream for Baby because I streamed a lot of his games. I didn't know if he wanted to see them. The Cactus, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I just was riding solo tonight. And, you know, my co-caster Alex, I don't know where he's been. He's, like I said, he's on Skype, but I probably should just, you know, call him on the phone. I thought he was on duty tonight, so he would have been in his room. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully see you tomorrow. I should be around. I don't have too much. Mendo should be around as well. Hopefully we'll be back in the co-casting seats tomorrow, and we can get you guys in on some games and have a good time. We've been doing a lot of this non-stop, so we might try to mix things up tomorrow and actually play some games, like some League or something. Not 100% sure on what we're going to be doing with that. But guys, I appreciate you guys for checking out the stream and for checking out what we're doing here. I'm hoping you all had a great time and that you enjoyed it. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off and go get something to eat and use the restroom and drink more water and get ready for class tomorrow. I'm glad you're down for League Concoctus. This is a lot of fun, man. Take a look at Baby Giraffe stats real quick. Take a look at this. 1v1 Masters, man. Ain't nothing to fucks with. So you guys have a lovely night, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut the stream off now. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. If I can actually turn it off. My window is actually laggy. It's very strange. What's going on? Guys, I can't leave. I can't leave. I'm supposed to cast games forever. Anyhow, I got to the button now, so I'll see all of you guys tomorrow night, hopefully. And good night.